How is your immune system causing your fertility issues? Most of us have suppressed immunity. We saw this through COVID. We saw this through our comorbidities, our weakened immune function. And these same people are not standing up and talking about how we need to increase immune function, how this is related to muscle function. And I was in a conversation yesterday. This lady was talking about her daughter struggled for 2 years to get pregnant because of her low progesterone. Women my age are now struggling with diseases like PCOS and endometriosis. This is insulin resistance on the neurological level. So it's beyond insulin resistance of just the body and the physical vessel, like the muscles. It is now in our central nervous system. It is part of the brain. So when we're going out in the sunlight in the morning, we're hitting this axis called the hypothalamic pituitary axis. We're hitting this hypothalamus, and it is sending a signal down to our bodies to get in line with our fertility. It is sending a signal down to our bodies to get in line with our immune function. And we have this low progesterone, low estrogen, low testosterone because we have higher rates of cortisol. When you're getting in the sunlight, again, you are negating this. You are telling your body, this is what I want. I'm signaling to you, this is what's going to happen, depression. I'm in the sunlight. Our hormones want to work. We work with the sunlight. These steroid hormones come from cholesterol. Do I have healthy cholesterol in my diet? Animal protein. Eggs is one of the best sources that we can get of this cholesterol. And why do we fear cholesterol? Look at the statin industry, the highest billion-dollar industry right now, lowering your cholesterol, lowering your fertility, lowering your ability to conceptualize the fact that we need cholesterol. Every single cell builds cholesterol as part of its outer membrane. Vitamin D is the same thing. Can't sell you on the sunlight. Can't sell you on a vitamin D pill that I don't make. When you go out in the sunlight, you're training your body, you're training your hormones for fertility. How do you get in line with your menstrual cycle? It's an everyday circadian rhythm occurrence. Every day when I go out into the sunlight, I am training for my fertility. That is my #1 objective. Since I started to get in line with my body, since I realized I needed to become insulin sensitive so I could get out of the mental health, metabolic health place that I was in, it's always been about fertility. How do I get my testosterone levels up? Because our cortisol is yin and yang. When my cortisol is up, it's related to abdominal fat. It's related to this endocrine disruption. So I'm going to lose muscle faster. My immune system is also going to burn out at a quicker rate because of my inflammation. And if you are working time and a half and your boss stops paying you, this is your immune system. Your immune system's working time and a half. You're the boss. You're not paying your immune system. How long are you going to keep working? Are you going to keep working? Are you going to be able to keep working? Because you might just go kaput. We need to be able to feed our immune systems, and we need to be able to see this balance of the cortisol and the testosterone. And this is healthy for women too. Our progesterone is chronically lowered right now. So many women, so many teens, teenagers going through diseases like PCOS. This is menopause. This is tragic. And the same people who were on top of pointing the finger during COVID and saying you're terrible because you're not getting vaccinated and you're terrible because you're still going to the gym, where are you guys? Where are you guys standing up for this immune deficit that we have? This great immune deficit. Our cancer rates. Cancer, a marker of inflammation. Cancer is a marker of inflammation. When people have cancer, their bodies are inflamed. This is the immune system. The only reason you're watching this video and I'm standing here speaking is because of the strength of my immune system. the only thing keeping me at bay, we have cancer cells, we have viruses, we have bacteria, we have parasites, we have all sorts of things roaming around in our delicate, intricate, not delicate, super freaking strong bodies. Our immune systems are going around and surveilling the system, and it's keeping us healthy and strong. So when the next large respiratory illness becomes a big old deal, don't be that person who feels unempowered. Be that person who knows I need more amino acids and fatty acids in my diet. I need healthy cholesterol intake in my diet. And if you've been off your path for a really long time, like I was seeing insulin resistance in my body, and then it manifested into my brain. I knew that I was struggling with neurological insulin resistance, which is happening for a lot of you guys in the same place, especially if you're getting up in age. Incorporating and using your kinetic ability is key. Our kinetic capacities are very, very important for our metabolism. We can break down different types of materials in all different types of ways. It becomes very complicated. But we want to train our food to break down in the ways that we want it to break down. When I go out in the sunlight, I'm training my body to be in line with my circadian rhythm, with my fertility, with my menstrual cycle, with my temperature levels. Everything is reliant. My hormones are reliant on my daily circadian rhythm patterns. And if I'm going to get out of this fight or flight, if I have a standing chance to get out of this fight or flight response, I have got to feed my body. I've got to pay my immune system. Because, again, if we're going to work for time and a half and our boss isn't paying us, how long can you work like that? You're working for free. You're working overtime. The inflammation is on. It's rampant. It's been going. And you are chronically mineral deficient. That's all that it is. Could it be simpler? I'm trying to simplify it as best as I can. If you know somebody struggling with fertility, struggling with their hormones, struggling with anything, aging, just mental health, you feel fatigued, you feel dissatisfied in life, our hormones are our outlook on life. It is everything. And if you've ever been through a time period, I've never been through a time period of struggling with fertility. I'm not quite old enough to be focusing on building a family at this time. But my heart goes out for all of these women who are struggling for years, never able to get pregnant. All these women who go through gestational diabetes, diabetes during pregnancy, all the women who go through postpartum depression. We don't talk about it enough. We don't talk about it. We talk about it, but we talk about it from a disempowered place. We talk about it from a very, very disempowered place. We should be training, we should be preparing our bodies for pregnancy. We should be preparing our children for a strong environment to come into once they're in this world. We should be educating ourselves so when these children do come into the world, we know how to feed them. They're not having behavioral problems because they have so much sugar in their diet, right? Have you ever seen a kid just intake a whole bunch of sugar and then just start acting out? It happens really, really fast. If you've never witnessed it, it's quite fascinating. I'm gonna post another video of a story of one of my friends who had one of his daughters struggling with behavioral issues in school and learning issues, and he changed her diet. He started giving her omega-3 oils, those healthy fatty acids, and he took some of the sugars out and replaced it with some other like basic amino acids, and she started to do really, really well in school and have no issues. And it's fascinating kids pop back like that. And when you have muscle when you're a kid, you're more likely to not have metabolic issues when you grow older. And the same thing when we have all this traumatic initial, like traumatic pregnancies, traumatic childhood events. Gabor Mate is one of the best psychiatrists posting a lot of videos online, posting a lot of books, research information about how this trauma in our early childhood carries on to these metabolic issues as we grow older. Metabolic issues, mental health issues. Metabolic health is mental health. So I hope that you feel empowered to feed your immune function, to prioritize your muscle, your largest endocrine organ in your body. If you have hormonal issues, you are a biochemist. You can get your hormones back in line. Somebody tells you you're imbalanced, you don't have darkness without light. You don't have light without dark. You don't have this imbalance without having that balance. How did you get imbalanced? Because you were once upon a time balanced. Same thing, if you are imbalanced, you can regain that balance. You are so strong and capable. I wish you luck. If you need help, please reach out to me. I'm available probably on Instagram is probably the best place to reach me if you're watching this from YouTube. Reach out to me on there. I do one-on-one coaching with people. I teach people how to strength train. And I do some dabbling with some other things. I make some bone broth for people. So if you need anything, reach out to me. As always, good luck.